All right, peeps, how's tricks? It's a bit of a messy one today, but what am I going to talk about? Well, last night I was watching the Pats game, thinking Brandon must be loving this. Oh, Brando's having the time of his life with Travion Henderson. And so I thought, oh, fuck it, I'm going to scroll through Insta, see what's up, because it was all a bit quiet on the Western Front. So I came across Christopher Livingston Eubanks Sr. And there he was, sauntering, doing the jig, and I was fucking loving it. The memories that came flooding back to see Senior, Nigel Benn, Connor Benn, Eubank Jr., and the rematch this weekend at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and I just can't wait, mate. And it brought back memories of when I was younger, and me and my dad used to watch the boxing because it's the one sport that my dad actually likes. He doesn't respect a lot of sportsmen, but he respects fighters. And we used to watch the boxing together. My dad was a big Ben fan, but then the first time I saw Eubank, when he done the pose and he comes to the ring to Simply the Best and he jumps over the ropes, and I'm like, look at this guy. He's got the arrogance, he's got the confidence. And when the fight got in the trenches, you would think a flamboyant guy like this would buckle, but he didn't. He always bit down on his gum shield, and whether it was a win, a loss, or a draw, he'd get in the trenches and he would slug it out with anyone. But when he was out of the ring, this guy, he had the looks, he had the style, he had the fashion. And do you know what really drew me in? This man was so proud to be English. He even changed his name for a bit, didn't he? He went by the name English. He's been Chris Eubank. He's been Chris Eubank Sr. He's been Senior. He's been English. He's been Gorgon. He's been Don. But I just fucking love this guy. I remember many moons ago when I passed my driving test in Hove, we went past Chris Eubank's gaff and his semi was parked outside. And I'm like, this guy doesn't look fuck all like me, right? We couldn't be polar opposites in the way we look. But fucking hell, there is no man more proud to be English than Chris Eubank Senior and me. You know what I mean? He's got the confidence, he's got the arrogance. When he gets in the trenches, he'll bite down on his gum shield, and I'll do exactly the same thing. We're at different stations in our lives. You know what I mean? He's stratospheric, and I'm somewhere in the middle. But I fucking love and admire that guy, and I can't wait for the fight at the weekend. When I just saw him in that weigh-in, it was all a bit tepid. It was all a bit, just a stare off. Eddie Earn being his usual muggy self. That guy's an absolute grade A drip, mate, a melt. The way he talks like a fighter and he acts like a fighter. But if push came to shove, he'd be hiding behind a woman's skirt. You know what I mean? He likes being around hard men because he's not a hard man. There's a difference, you know what I mean? And there we go. Eubank just does that. He just does the move, mate. He's doing it, and he's like fronting it, and then he just completely takes over. He takes the shine from his son. Ben saunters in, but Ben hasn't got that fucking charisma. He hasn't got the look. He hasn't got the style. And I just want to say how much I fucking love Chris Eubank Senior, because Senior is like a guy that is so proud to be English. He loves this country. He loves the fight game. He loves his son. Anytime he speaks with authority. He's got an amazing grasp for the English language, and I wish there was more people like him, and I can't wait for the fight. Anyone, have a good one. Later, peeps. I will talk to you soon, and if you can see the fight, go watch the fight.